My name is Rebekah Williams, and this is my critical autoethnography presentation. The title that I chose for my presentation is Respect, Responsibility, and Reflection, My Journey Towards Racial Awareness. I hope you enjoy. So, upon getting the instructions for this prompt, this assignment, I will be 100% honest, it was difficult. I didn't really know what I was going to be talking about because, as you can see, I am a white, Caucasian, American female. And from my point of views, that's not the most ethnically interesting. I grew up in Clovis. I've always lived in Clovis. I lived a very normal life for Clovis people. And so I had a really hard time figuring out what I was even supposed to talk about for a connection to race because I didn't think that it was possible for me to have one. So yeah, like I said, I grew up in Clovis, California. I went to Buchanan High School. And I went to church every Sunday in the morning, which is where I think a lot of my early understanding of race came from, was being taught by, I had great parents who taught it very well to me, and people from church taught it really well, of that race is just the color of your skin, that's all it is. And there's no difference in how you should treat those people, how they deserve to be treated. And that's kind of where like the baseline of my idea of race came from, was that everyone's the same. Everyone deserves the same opportunities. They all deserve the exact same thing, regardless of the color of your skin. The first time that I had a meaningful encounter with race was in my, I believe, junior year or sophomore year, I can't remember, junior or sophomore year of high school at Buchanan, where every year they did a multicultural event and like performances. And it was, to say the least, kind of a sad, hard day for me, because I'm sitting there with a bunch of my classmates who are diverse in their race, in their ethnicity, in their culture, and I'm watching all of these dances and this people singing and doing all of these things that I am so intrigued by and interested by. And it was really hard having to sit there and realize, like, I don't think I have anything. I don't have anything interesting in my culture to call my own. And that was difficult, but that was, I think, my first connection to, like, wow, like, this is such a powerful and important thing for people in the minority communities to continue to hold on to, is their culture, is their way of living, or these beautiful things that they have to hold on to. From that, I actually did go and get, information from my family as to what my ethnicity was and what I am, because I was curious after that multicultural event, because it was so beautiful. And I found out that I am just very white. I remember that I did find out that I was like 15% Spanish. And so for a while, I held on to that. I learned how to make a lot of traditional Spanish dishes, learned a little bit of Spanish. And then I found out that Spaniards are also considered white, much like all of Europe. And so I had held on to that until I realized, oh, I'm still just white, but there was still some form of connection that I could have to the food and the dances and the music and all that. So it was very neat to find that out. And then I joined this class, and it's interesting, I joined this class at the same time that my job put me in a new location. I work for CUSD as an instructor for the after-school programs, and I had been working in areas like Garfield, Woods, Cedarwood, but when I joined this class, I had been moved to a different school where I am at currently, And I honestly think it was just great timing, because I got to realize that my confusion actually was great, because I got to ask so many questions about myself, about my beliefs, about who I am, what I'm supposed to do as a white American. How can I connect to race? And that leads me to where I think my connection is strongly right now, is that through this class, I've learned about the hardships, about the difficulties, about the things that are so connected to the people in minority groups that I'll never be able to understand, but that I can be an ally. And so when I got moved to this new school, it's a very culturally, racially diverse school, and my students are very culturally and racially diverse. And I got to utilize the skills I had learned in this class, the things I've learned in this class, towards that. And what I've kind of come to the conclusion on is my connection with race is to be an ally, is to be aware of not only the things that are going on in this world, but even just in my classroom, noticing that the different students, they're not so different at all. They play together the same. And I love teaching my kids about the importance of, knowing who you are and being proud of it and having nothing to say badly about it. And I've realized that my job, even though I don't have, necessarily the most interesting race, I get to be an ally to everyone and get to be a safe space for everyone. And I love that. And so I've learned in the last couple months of this class to really love my connection with race and with ethnicity. So yeah, thank you so much for listening, and I hope you have a great day.